Welcome to Hinge House of the Secret Chamber. I am Khan.
That would be Nakansi. And my name is Alex.
He's been working on that a lot more than I think he should.
He's got some free time.
So you know
every morning with my push-ups.
you know that it's something that you weren't expecting him to work on, but he's done it.
How do you? Yeah.
You know, I can appreciate that he's worked on it.
Oh, guess
Not
what?
necessarily the skill.
So the past couple podcasts, I've been trying different things.
Yes. Are you trying something different today?
Yeah, I'm gonna do something new today.
Whoa.
I want
Okay,
you
so
to
let me
Oh,
know
no.
what you think.
Okay.
You still don't even know what I did the last two podcasts.
Nope. I don't.
Nope, but don't worry because eventually I'll explain it to you in the future, and then you'll go back and listen to it and be like, "Oh, that's what he was doing."
He's imprinting on us. He's
Listeners-
trying to psychological warfare here.
I can't sleep at night.
I
Trying
mean,
to figure out what he's doing.
I already can't sleep at night. I can't sleep during the day either.
That
'cause-
sounds serious.
Oh,
Should we stop this podcast to address that? Nah.
maybe not.
Let's go into our let's go into our weekly recommendations, guys. Bruce Lee just popped up on the thing, so we're not going to get a recommendation from him, but let's get one from Nakansi.
I am so excited to recommend this to all of you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how excited he is.
It is a new manga that I've been reading
Oh,
called Instant Bullet. IB.
cool.
Instant Bullet. Instant Bullet. This is about Fukase, an outcast, a loner, a Yankee, has had enough of this world. I don't even know why they have that in the description.
didn't know
A
Yankee.
To like specific
New York?
kind
I
of,
don't
like-
know.
Yeah.
He wants nothing to do with it and silently wished for the world to end. Yet during Christmas Eve, a chance encounter with an unknown creature and a girl named Sarah may change him and his fate.
Wow.
It's I'm only on chapter 8 and there's a total of 25 chapters.
Sweet. Is it ongoing or is it already completed?
It is partially completed, but the author is going to come back to it
Oh,
later
okay.
on. But it is, I think with the recent popularity,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to be able to continue the story sooner than later.
Very cool.
But it's just very interesting because all of the characters they're very human. They have their good nature and bad nature, and they deal with that.
I love that.
And all of the characters have had some type of trauma in their life,
Mm.
especially the main character. The main character has reached a point where now that he possesses this power that he kind of stumbled upon, he wants to destroy the world.
What?
That's the main character, right?
Okay.
But then he meets this girl, this witch girl, and she can see the past and the future.
Mm-hmm.
But she tells him that right now you might feel this way, but you're going to be the one that saves this world.
Trippy. That's a
Yeah.
good premise.
And she goes, and because you want to do that, I will eventually fall in love with you.
What? I love a love story.
Especially one that's like has storytelling elements like that, where it's not necessarily like love. It's not love at first sight.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally you're a terrible person right now,
But you're
it's
gonna
but you can become better.
you're gonna eventually be better. I've
Yeah.
seen it.
And with the main character, you really don't know what he's always thinking about,
Mhm.
because at first he's like, he seems kind of evil, like trying to destroy the world.
Mhm.
But then you start to read it and you understand why.
Sounds super dope.
Yeah,
Is
it's pretty
this a
crazy.
new
and the
Japanese
art
manga?
is so good.
So it's Instant Bullet.
Yes, IB, Instant Bullet.
I be on
Sweet.
that instant bullet.
Manga. What about you, Con?
It's kind of hard to recommend stuff because I've been so busy with just MMOs and stuff on the stream.
Oh, that's okay.
But that said, I really think that Elder Scrolls Online has been underrated by a lot of people
Okay.
because the game at launch was totally not worth your time or your money. That game was absolutely terrible within the first year. But after that, it's like, oh, hey, have you ever heard of listening to your players? Now the game is actually in a cool spot. There's lots to do. It's a lot of open. It's an Elder Scrolls game that happens to be like everybody is also in the Elder Scrolls. Like, I don't know. The storytelling is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those quests are really one-on-one, kind of like they really do suck you into like, no, this is you. And you're doing this job. We need you to go and kill all these demons. Please, like, we need you to go kill all the demons.
Okay.
So there's that. I also wanted to say that Ni no Kuni 2 came out, and I haven't gotten a chance to play it, but go back and check out Ni no Kuni 1. Like, that game is a 10-hour long tutorial, but it is amazing.
Interesting.
It is tons of fun, and it's a great world.
It's an RPG?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, created with Studio Ghibli.
And the first one,
What?
yeah, the
Yeah.
first one had
The art is
they
amazing.
definitely had like a lot more Studio Ghibli in it, but I think the second one they have the style of the art, and so that's kind of where they like stopped working so inherently with it. I think it's got a different writing team.
Oh, cool.
And it's got more different gameplay stuff going on. I haven't checked out too much of it. I'm gonna check it out, so that's why I'm recommending other people should check it out right now.
A lot has happened this week. I have 2 more recommendations.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep it short.
It's
Just
crazy.
I know.
We'll get around to that.
Wait, everybody needs to play Yakuza
Yakuza.
Kiwami. It's a remake of the first Yakuza game that came out on the PS2,
Okay.
but now it's remade on the PS4.
Okay, before Alex
Oh,
can get
such a
another,
good story. It's so deep. Everybody just needs to look it up.
before Alex gets his chance to do a recommendation, here's my final recommendation before we get on to things.
So much has happened this week.
We're just gonna
I
cut
swear.
Alex out of it. Sorry.
I don't get a recommendation this
I love
week.
you, brother, but not this week. No. Game Over, man, on Netflix. That is a great bromance title. That movie is hilarious. It stars and was, I believe, produced and written by the 3 main actors of Workaholics.
So you know it's going to be a good time.
It's
I haven't
fun.
watched it yet, though.
I got one more anime recommendation.
No, that's it.
Everybody needs to listen to this.
No.
Garo. Just write that down because you will love it as
Oh.
well. It's an anime. It's Garo. Garo.
Garo.
Yes.
Anime.
Yes. Watch it.
Okay. Guys, that's it.
Okay. No more recommendations.
Nope.
Okay,
We've
but
been busy
other
this
thing-
week. We've been consuming media.
Look at I wrote down notes, guys. And I wrote this for my recommendation, guys.
One thing.
You guys are
long
messed up.
paragraph.
Oh, dang. That's long. That's longer than anything we just said.
Get out of here. Well, this week we're gonna switch it up.
What about your recommendation?
No recommendation for me.
Oh,
Because that's
I want to read that, though.
we took.
Now
it
we
looks
have
so cool.
to.
The viewers want to hear it. The viewers want to hear
They're
it.
listeners. All right,
Our
fine.
consumers want to hear it.
It's nothing special. This weekend I watched the conclusion of Dragon Ball Super.
How was it?
How are you gonna say that wasn't special?
Yeah, how was it?
Yeah.
It was freaking epic. It was actually very kind of like, it was definitely your stereotypical like neat wrap up, like, oh, we wanted to see if you were going to do the right thing and then everything worked out kind of wrap up. But the way that the Tournament of Power ended opened up the story for like a lot of possibilities. Now you got all these universes. I think, what is it? Universes 1 through 11.
Yeah, there's a multiverse.
Yes, and there's various characters and various stories that you can go into. I hope they go into the other planet Vegeta in Universe 6.
They have a movie coming out in December,
That's exciting.
and then they're gonna bring back the series.
Yes.
after the movie.
So it's going on a short hiatus, but it was really cool. So the final battle was Jiren versus Goku, and then spoiler alert if you didn't watch the episode prior, Frieza and Android 17 step in and back Goku up because he runs out of stamina.
Aren't you glad I talked you into watching Super?
Yes, I am. You know
It's
what?
just so much nostalgia.
Well, not only that, but like let's just be real. Dragon Ball Super really outdid its predecessor as far as like the fighting scenes go. It's way more dynamic.
Strategy is crazy. In
There's-
every battle.
Yes, there's actual strategy, and it's not the one strategy that they always use is like, let's just fire up a spirit bomb and just take them out.
Which is really, really weird to know that there's a lot that has developed in writing techniques over the last 12 years.
That is a
So,
good measure. You're right.
Pointing it out, there are things that even without nostalgia goggles we're going to enjoy,
Yes.
but Dragon Ball Z does have a lot of heavy nostalgia goggles.
It really does, in the fact that they just refuse to give Piccolo, Gohan, or Vegeta like a very significant platform. They're just like, nah, you're insignificant. Whatever. But I do appreciate that none of the fights in this new anime ended in a giant 19 episode long spirit bomb power up, and the end fight was a team effort between Android 17, Goku, and Frieza, which is really super awesome.
That's actually one of the teams I'm working with Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
It was an epic final fight. It was super sick, man. So I'm excited for what's going to be happening next. I'm excited for the movie in December.
What's crazy is that you're excited about that, and I'm excited about Bardock and Brawly are coming out later this week, and that's just the first DLC for Dragon Ball Fighter Z. So our game can eventually get maybe Jiren.
Hey,
He looks like he'd be pretty strong. But Hit's already in the game, so
it's dope,
dude.
Hopefully he gets a little more. A little more love. So we got this week. We watched Pacific Rim Uprising. That is the movie we shall be reviewing this week. Before we get into it, I'd like to pass on the minute breakdown torch over to Mr. Khan. This week he's going to do it himself. He's going to give a whack at it. So
Hold on, somebody be trying to contact me because I'm so popular now.
Why you being such a thought?
Well, that's Ro.
No, strong thought.
Yeah, pensive. I'm gonna go ahead and start the timer.
Like a thinker, strong thinker you are.
I'm really wait right now.
Yes, right now.
It's going.
It's not
Get
yet.
ready, get set, and
go.
So I'm really, really bad at this, but let's break it down for you. At the end of the first movie, we all saw it. Our heroes died. At the beginning of the new movie, our heroes actually died. That was a great part. For me, I was excited because that means we get new characters. New characters, by the way, means what's his name's son? The son is played by Pentecost. Pentecost's son is played by Finn. So I mean, there's a whole tangent there about the Star Wars universe being real. It's like Pacific Rim is. It's been 10 years and shit happened, and now we're at the Pacific Rim Academy. Pacific Rim Academy has lots of cool things, and this is the Uprising. Charlie Day, what are you doing over there? What are you doing? Oh my God, Charlie Day, why would you do that? The movie.
All right, there you go. 13 seconds to spare.
I felt like I addressed multiple plot points without spoiling anything in a nice, friendly manner.
So I thought you guys let me know how you think Khan did. We're gonna throw it up on Instagram.
If anything, my delivery is better than the actual plot, but I love your plots because they're actually so much better than what I gave.
No, that was good. Hey, I had 16 episodes to perfect
My
it.
brother has been perfecting this.
Yes.
Dang, has it been that many episodes already?
Yeah, this is episode 17, guys.
That's pretty cool.
Super exciting.
It's almost legal. Wait.
It's almost. We're almost. You can almost have sex with us and not get arrested for it.
Almost. Don't try it, guys.
So this movie was directed by Stephen S. DeKnight. Little known fact about him is he also directs Netflix's Daredevil.
Oh.
Yes, to just give you an idea of some of his endeavors, his achievements. And I took the liberty of reading an interview with him because I was really curious with the direction and his intent with this arc or this storyline and what he wanted to do with it. Because, spoiler alert, at the end, he definitely left it open for another movie, which I'm actually super excited about.
Please let there be a franchise. Please let there be a video game for me.
That'd be super dope.
Like, there's so many, especially after this movie with, I mean, it's not a big spoiler alert in my opinion, but like Scrapper.
Yeah.
Scrapper opened up so many doors because all of a sudden the technology is not limited to the big titans that take 2 people and 15,000 people to like make it, you know?
Yeah, you really start to wonder like where are they getting all these resources from? But that don't think about it too much because it's gonna ruin
kaiju blood.
It's gonna ruin the plot for you, and you're not gonna enjoy it.
Yeah,
look,
just appreciate Charlie Day, which by the way, Charlie Day did a great job.
he did a fantastic job, guys.
It was exciting to see him in a role that was both supposed to be a little like funny, that kind of energy character, but also, whoa, Charlie Day.
Yes, he played a very good
manic person.
Yes, and I was a fan of it. Okay, so his goal with the movie was to just make a fun action movie. This was his first attempt at a blockbuster, a big movie. And you can see how it was a freshman, you know what I mean?
It definitely was that kind
of
of
freshman effort.
Film.
Yeah. Because I think that we could have spent a little more time in character development. Like kind of character.
Definitely allowing a little more of that would have been fine. But I think at the same time, I feel like if there wasn't a I feel like if there wasn't like this kind of theatrical cut, that movie could end up being like a 3-hour movie. Like there's a lot of potential for character development that definitely feels like it got cut.
Yeah, they brought in a lot of characters but didn't really talk about them.
Yeah,
which I mean was kind of expected. But it would have been nice to maybe just 10 more minutes on character development to flesh people out.
Allow them to interact.
Yeah.
In different ways.
You have such a great cast.
Longer training scene. That would have been nice.
That would have been great. John
Boyega and the other guy, I always forget his name. But I really wanted more on that interaction and then the little love triangle that they have because... Like, there's a whole point of these characters totally freaking knew each other and have lived part of their lives together before this.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we're on screen and we don't get any little bit of that except for what we did get. So like 5 more minutes of that would have been great.
Yeah, and again, like it did its job for what it was doing. It was a great sequel. The fight scenes were a blast.
John Boyega was good. He was funny.
You know what's funny? He had, and I read this in the interview. He had such a what's his name? I can't think of like Indiana Jones / what character did Harrison Ford play?
Han Solo.
Han Solo. Sorry, guys. He had that vibe
like there's
about
a whole
him.
movie coming out about that.
Apologize.
Okay. We've talked about this. We agree to agree. We agree to agree.
we had a family fight about
agree.
Tonight,
we just needed to understand the degree of agreeness.
It was about Rogue One. Me and Nikanti saw eye to eye about it, but we weren't seeing eye to eye about seeing
you guys
eye to
were
eye.
seeing eye to eye.
I just love
through
Donnie
prism.
Yen, okay? I just love Donnie Yen. I don't really care for the rest of the movie. Just Donnie Yen.
You guys are seeing through a prism. You're like, I can see you, I can see you, but at the same time, you guys are like,
yeah. This is a fun tangent.
Keep it. Let's go.
Okay, so that's what I did like. Let me see here. Just kind of reading
don't keep this.
Don't keep any of this. Well, I don't know. What were your first? I kind of heard from me. What kind of your impressions, Nick Nikonti?
I thought it started out on fire.
Mm-hmm.
It got me going. I was just like watching it, like, wow, that's awesome, that's cool, that's cool. And then it started to slow down a little bit, and then it picked itself back up, and then it kind of tapered off. And then I was like, okay, that was a good movie. It was enjoyable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was my fiance's first Pacific Rim movie.
The ending,
Out of 2.
a lot of the action movies lately with the endings, they kind of taper off instead of end on a high climactic note.
My counterpoint for this, but is
Unless you're watching Chasing Dragons, then check out that review.
Check out that review.
Yeah.
My counterpoint to that is that I was sitting right next to him, and the first 20 minutes of the movie, I was like, this is story. I'm interested, but I don't care. I want to see big freaking robots. I want to have fun already. And then every single second from there, I was like, yeah, more robots. Where's the blood? Kaiju blood. Oh, okay. Where's the robot? There's another robot.
He became
they
Mark.
got new robots. My God, they got new freaking robots.
I liked it. I had a lot of fun.
He became Mark Wahlberg.
Now,
in essence.
here's the tough.
Hey, you see me in
But-
Transformers?
Yeah,
Did you see me in there?
Did you?
Yeah, I drive Bumblebee around. Okay.
Yeah, me and Bumblebee
Are we
riding
watching
around.
Daddy's Home?
So that's who he became in the theater. It was
But
very disruptive.
that said, I do agree with you. Did
Garbage
taper-
bananas.
Oh no!
Fucking garbage bananas.
It's fucking garbage bananas. What?
Yeah.
No pain, no gain.
Jesus.
Oh my God. No, but I agree with what Nikonsi said. The movie did taper off, but I still think it ended higher than the first half of the movie.
So
it's like when you're measuring
it,
it,
good
you know what I
ending.
mean?
It was like a high, little bit low, back up, middle,
Mm-hmm.
and then high, and then that's a good finish.
We are going to put up a actual chart on Instagram. Nikonsi's interpretation of how the movie
We're just
its
going
highs
to
and
have,
its lows.
Yeah, we're gonna have a bar graph showing our line graphs, and we're gonna have a pie chart showing our pies.
Our
I mean,
pies.
yeah.
Our
You-
actual pies.
You could tell how the ending. I mean, you could see the ending from far away.
It was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I really my favorite part was when they played in the snow. That was adorable.
See, and that's where I think because
That was a nice finish.
DeKnight was saying that he allowed the actors to ad-lib a lot of their stuff. And that's what happens when you have a really good cast. John Boyega, you have
His speech was hilarious.
Kaylee's-
He's like,
Right.
I'm not going to give a speech like my father, but if he were here today, this is what he would
this is
say.
the speech that he would give.
Yeah.
Okay, Kaylee Spaney was awesome. She was the pilot of Scrapper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was.
She was very
Yeah.
she kind of took Mako's role as the lead female
Right.
character in it. And I thought she was a good contrast to John Boyega. She was kind of getting into the game, but she's already been into the game, and she showed her usefulness and her
Right.
resourcefulness.
This is another point of if we had more elaborate storytelling, we would have been able to actually connect to her character a lot better.
yes.
I guess I
That's
wanted
the
the
thing
film
for
to be
me.
longer.
No, that's what we've been. Are we not all on the same page? We wanted the movie to be bigger and longer, and uncut.
Is that page?
Are we agreeing? How much are we agreeing on this?
I don't want to get into it with your intense eyes. Nikonsi.
I think
I
I
do
like-
agree though. I
like
think
this-
it could have been
yeah.
longer, maybe 15, 20 minutes longer.
I think that would have been nice.
That adds
because I
up.
like
That's
the
thing.
characters. I like
Yeah.
these characters.
if it's quality content, right?
Right.
If it was quality then the ending might have been much more satisfying. Or just like, which movie were we watching that we just talked about that really? Black Panther. Black
Go watch that
Panther.
episode.
Yeah, go listen to episode 12. But we were talking about
No, watch
how and watch.
Look at it.
Black Panther, watch it 1,000 times.
What
Yeah.
we were saying is that how much more monumental the fight scenes were, and the victories and the losses
The
were.
pacing was amazing.
Because we were more connected to the characters. You were emotionally connected to it. Jake Pentecost, a.k.a. John Boyega, was just like, a Han Solo
How about
slash
Rich Dude?
cool,
Like,
I like
charming.
seeing John Boyega in these roles.
It's great.
Right.
He's a
He is-
likable guy.
He is really like charismatic on
Yeah, I was like, this guy is cracking me up. He's hilarious.
Yeah, and again, the Kaylee, God damn it,
She was really good too.
Pierce?
Spunky. She was
Kaylee
spunky.
Spaney.
That's me.
that argument in the jail cell
Yeah.
was completely ad-libbed.
Really? That's amazing. That was
Yeah.
so good. That's one of my
Cause-
favorite scenes.
Right? So
Besides the ice cream.
Yeah. This is good.
Yeah.
That was also ad-libbed.
Really?
Yes, they did a lot of ad-libbing.
Oh, sorry.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Cut that? Keep it?
No, keep it. No,
it.
for sure, keep it. And let me have some of that ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what was so great about it, is that just there was so much. When I went back to read the interview, I appreciated all these scenes that were. I was like, that was legitimate to just kind of exploit their acting abilities, their ad-libbing abilities.
Right. And if this is like his freshman directorial like movie,
Mhm.
then like
It was like debut.
right, I want more of this kind of level of ad-libbing. Really means a lot, because on some levels the actors are connecting to the characters.
Yeah.
Right. So as far as storytelling goes, that level of ad-libbing like was part of the storytelling that we were all like, oh, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Like I would also be this kind of asshole with the whipped cream, because fuck you, man.
Well, it was
Even
a
though we're
very
family.
it was a very brotherly kind of relationship, which they were really trying to build upon, but again, it fell short.
Just a little
A
bit.
little
just
sh-
a little
yeah.
bit. It just
Tiny
needed a little bit
bit.
more oomph.
But
Yeah.
just like I was saying, where if we had added like that extra 30 seconds, that extra minute, on and on and on, it adds up. The same works in reverse. It feels like a lot of this movie felt like we got some just a little bit was cut, and we were like, I wanted that scene.
Give us more.
Right?
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Right?
Give us more.
And so for DeKnight, I think he'll learn from this, because he already is fantastic at developing characters. Like, look at Daredevil, Christ, Matt Murdock, Foggy, Karen, who cry. Me and my fiance agreed that she just cries every scene. Just go back and watch it. There's no scene where Karen doesn't cry.
Whoa. Or
Poor-
she's on the verge of
Poor
crying.
Karen.
I know.
She's got a tough road ahead of her. In the comics, shit goes crazy.
Right.
Eee.
She's like the most normie character. Like, at the end of the day, Foggy is not a normal guy anyways. So like, he's just more normal than Matt Murdock. It's
Yeah.
like, it's that kind of thing. where
Karen's like,
it's-
what the fuck is going on?
and
I'm
Foggy's
just
like,
trying to drink coffee and do paperwork.
And Foggy's just pissed because he's like, can we just all be normal?
I
And
guess
Matt's
we
like,
can't.
I can't see you, but I can fucking see you.
don't
So-
give me that look.
I see that finger. Put that finger away.
He's like, aren't you blind?
I know what that means. I'm not stupid. So anyway,
That's what an
Just from
organic
that work-
ad-libbing feels like, by the way. We're all in the next Pacific Rim.
yes. Oh my God.
I
Well,
ha-
see. Okay. All right. So guys, this is where you need to hit your skip button if you haven't seen the movie yet. But at the end, spoiler alert, they say, tell the precursors that we're not going to wait for them
I love that part.
To-
that was cool.
to
That was
co-
badass.
to come back. We're going to come to them. I was like, oh, yo,
That-
Space
Right?
Pacific Rim movie. Yes.
Can I have it now?
Yes.
The other thing
3
was
servings.
that line
Plus some whipped cream. And some cereal.
This
And
guy.
some sprinkles.
Sprinkles.
Just
That's
some,
what it
though.
was. Sprinkles.
Just some.
Maybe some Fruity Pebbles as well.
Also, you need to sprinkle some in your mouth, like in and or around your mouth that you're using the whipped cream with. Like,
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
You were saying, Con? Oh, that's terrible for
Ew.
ears. Don't do that.
Cut that part. Cut that part.
You awful man. Okay, what were you saying?
Sorry. But that line was another moment of just weirdly great storytelling.
Yes.
Where it's just enough to bait us.
Mhm.
Like, oh my God, the precursors were barely touched on at all during the movie. I don't even remember if they were really touched on during the first movie. But
Not really.
No,
there's-
not that
yeah,
much.
right?
No.
There's like no idea that like, okay, so there's a place where the kaiju came from.
Mm-hmm.
So how did it get here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, precursor technology. Now we have a whole nother, like, not necessarily a plot hole, but like a whole bait line of, yeah, the precursors. Yeah, you didn't know about this stuff. This is some ancient technology. Here, I'm Charlie Day.
That's how you fix.
And
Right?
they were technically very ancient because the first kaijus were the dinosaurs, supposedly, according to
Godzilla.
Okay, let me just get my Charlie Day face going again. I love Charlie Day.
Can I
That
give a
movie is
nod
great.
to the director and his diversity of casting?
Oh, amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
We only had one straight up white Russian girl who I actually didn't mind. Her character was supposed to be like that kind of snob.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, the angry Russian chick.
But how many
Like-
Asian people were in there?
There were a
Right?
lot.
Yeah.
Right?
It was really good.
Charlie Day, by the way, actually does know a little bit of Mandarin.
We still need.
So I totally believe like those scenes where he's speaking Mandarin. I totally am falling for it.
Okay, so speaking of Mandarin, Li Wen Xiao, which I think was the CEO of the company who was creating the droid,
Mm-hmm.
the bot,
Mm-hmm.
Jaegers. I thought her character, again, that was another character that was not fully developed. Where, okay, so she was this badass CEO, angry woman who was just head of a company, and she was very much about success and getting the job done no matter what happened. Okay, cliche. How do we break this cliche? Okay, she also has a sensitive side. She knows that she messed up and she wants to make it right, and she's devoted in doing that. But again, I had to go back and look at this and dissect that character. Wouldn't have done it by myself. Or couldn't have done it with the amount of information that I got from her.
I am totally okay with you on that part because I felt like yes, there was a lack of information, but I could sympathize with like that kind of character where she wants to do right. Obviously, she wants to build. On one hand, she wants to make money, but also like the droids are supposed to help you, and it is not her fault that it gets sabotaged. It is totally not her fault at that point.
Yeah.
But she is very like that character is at that before that point, really, really domineering, assertive. Like I need my thing to go exactly as I planned,
Right.
and that kind of character is kind of bland.
Yeah.
It's not until like you said where all of a sudden, oh no, she has like the mini redemption arc. Where it's
Yes.
like, oh no, I can make this right. That's literally the moment of delving into the character, and it sucks that that's the only part where you get
You
to
needed
experience
like
all
like a 5-minute scene where someone was just chewing her the fuck out. John Boyega's character or Scott Eastwood, Nate Lambert.
that was Scotty's.
Yeah. Him just chewing her the fuck out. You know what the fuck happened because of your dumbass? This is your fault. And then you need to see her like just feeling like a zoom in on her face, on her sad, guilty face. And then a zoom out where she just straightens up, and then she just goes to work, rolls up her sleeves and starts working on Scrapper and getting it ready to go so she can back them up on this fight against these final kaijus. We just needed that little tidbit, and I'll be like, I love this guy because I did like her. I like the fact that she just put her ass on the line and freaking jumped orbit with these motherfuckers on the shaker. She's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, climb in here, bitch. I'll help you get into outer space so that we can kill this motherfucker. And that was her redemption thing. But it would have been that much more. It would have had that much more weight if, again.
One of the funnier things to me was that at the beginning of the movie when they're showing off Scrapper being a one-man baby Jaeger.
Uh-huh.
and they show John Boyega in there, I'm not gonna lie, I knew that was gonna come in handy. That was one of those like foreshadowing scenes where it's like, look, you can fit another person in here because it's a tiny Jaeger.
Yeah.
And at the end of the movie, when they all pile in together, I was like, God, I called it. I knew it. I wrote that. But that's a moment of investment into the storytelling where you found out the solution for yourself, and at the end of the movie, they show it to you. You're like, yeah, I'm in it. I knew it. On the positive side, on the negative side, some people will be like, wow, what a cop out.
So I'm gonna give my rating because I know we've been talking a lot. I'm gonna give the Knight's debut blockbuster hit film a 7 out of 10 just because I like the director. I'm giving them one more point than they probably should have gotten, just because the first Pacific Rim movie was just so much more amazing. But because I like the Knight and I see his potential to be a great storyteller and master pacing, that I'm giving them that extra point. And it was a cool movie too.
Yeah.
I agree. I give it a 7 out of 10. I just I had a lot of fun with it, especially with John Boyega and the other girl, the other co-lead.
Yes.
But I just remember when I first watched Pacific Rim, which is directed by Guillermo del Toro.
Yes.
And all of these kaijus are from his mind, these character designs. He's a monster designer. That I don't know. When it was directed by him, you could feel like this was him.
Yeah.
This is everything he gave it, and which he does for all of his movies. So I don't know. I thought the first one was better.
100%.
Second one was still good. But yeah, John Boyega is freaking hilarious.
He's great.
I can't get over how funny he was.
Oh,
He was cracking me up the whole time.
Yeah.
Right. I want to say that for a different reason, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. And that is because in my mind, they are part of the same franchise, but these are different movies.
Yeah.
These are very different movies. You can tell from the outset that in Pacific Rim 1, there's much more urgency about, oh my God, how do we fight these giant monsters that are coming from the sea? Like, we don't know how far deep they go, except we do because we made these giant monster killers.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different storytelling elements that build into this sense of urgency there. Whereas this immediately starts off as a different movie. We're coming off of a 10-year pseudo peacetime,
right?
And we start off with John Boyega in basically the slums because they can't get rid of the kaiju bones that have been left there. Right. So there's a much different feel there, and then the movie progressively gets more and more separated from what Guillermo del Toro did, and I'm okay with that. But also, I'm acknowledging that it's a different film in that sense.
That's something very important.
Sound too. The sound in this movie it really is different, because they do use a lot of brighter tones. They do use a lot of like just machine, like the sound direction in this movie. There's just tons of different things going on, and I really enjoyed when we finally got lasers. Those were some of the best lasers I've ever heard.
Did you like the 3D?
I actually really did. The parts that I did notice it being 3D felt very much more immersive. But at the same time, again, this is a different film. This was entertainment immersive. Like, I thought it was freaking awesome. Not like, oh my God, that's a kaiju. Oh my God. It's at me. Like, no, that was like, yeah. Laser that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I read a review on the 3D, and a lot of it said to watch it in 3D. And then when I finally watched it in 3D, I felt, I mean, I could have watched it fine without it.
Yeah, so take it from me. I watched it in not 3D. So
I believe they call it 2D.
Yeah, what is that? Is that in? So it's not 3D.
That's
not
double
3D.
negative.
Can I get
then
3D not?
Can I get one ticket to the not 3D movie?
Okay, so any of these.
So
other
you're watching the
films?
film by yourself?
Into the not.
It's okay. Some people do that. There's nothing wrong with that.
So anyways,
I'd like one ticket.
one ticket, please. It
Yeah.
was it was good. It was fine in 2D. So if you don't feel like spending an extra buck, or if you don't like 3D,
You're not
you're
missing out.
you're not really. It sounds like you're not missing much, and it was just as good. It was really fun.
The most pop I saw from the 3D was when the credits came in. I was like, wow, finally some 3D.
He wasn't paying attention, but I also was. I will not. I concede that the movie is totally fine in 2D. You're not missing a lot. I am pretty easily excited by the little bits that I did get, but the movie is so enjoyable without it. Like, go experience the movie, not the 3D.
So can we go into our badass moments to finish this guy up?
Yes.
All right.
My favorite badass moment was the fight scene between the Russian chick
Mm-hmm.
and the co-lead. I keep forgetting her name.
Kaylee
Yes.
Spaney.
Yes. Yeah, that was badass.
She with the arm bar.
Yeah.
That was
like,
really
cool,
dope.
like,
Out of left
right.
field.
Like
It was
can't,
clean.
Like,
It was
it
Yeah.
was super clean, and even with the cut, you felt like, no, that's exactly how fast it takes to like jump on somebody, armbar them to the floor.
It was beast.
like it was bad ass.
all the other students were like, "Oh shit."
Yup.
Nani? I want to say that pretty much any badass moment includes the Jaegers, but for a non-Jaeger badass moment, Charlie Day like shooting up the other random citizens, the other scientists, I was like, oh my god, Charlie Day went full bad mode.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I like it. I think he did he did a good manic, and he did a good deranged in a Charlie Day way.
But that's why I keep going back to it, is that really is part of the energy of the film.
Yeah.
Is you get this you recognize him for his comedic value from the first movie.
Yeah.
And even if you don't remember that much about the first movie, it's Charlie Day.
Yep.
And to have him assume such a like deranged character is pretty Charlie Day already.
Yeah.
But you do connect to the fact that like he got Metroided. That's definitely how I would put it. He got Metroid like jellyfished.
Oh, okay, I got it. My badass moment was the fight between the
Mega
Jaeger,
Kaiju?
the Jaeger, the droid Jaeger that was taken over by the kaiju, and
Obsidian Black or something like that.
yeah. and the Gypsy Avenger, out in the Alaskan base.
That was so anime. That was so much fun.
I liked it so much because it became less about just bashing robot hits, and then it was more about, oh, we got to get tactical on this motherfucker, or else
Right.
we're gonna get fucked up. Obviously, this thing is stronger and faster, so we need to do some kind of a maneuver and exploit its weak points. I was like, yes,
right.
that's dope.
Bringing up that like tactical feeling. I think one of the bigger showcases of that particular part of the movie is it takes a lot to drift. To be drift compatible, it already takes a lot. So these two were already on the same level.
Yeah.
Probably even like technically speaking, before they're linked up, before the quote neural handshake. They are already they've known each other for so long. Like they both looked at each other in that scene, and there's like, yeah, okay, anime, and then they freaking co-op through the like that.
It was really great. It was really cool,
Oh,
and I hope to see more of that tactical approach to the Jaeger fights. It's really cool. I mean, of course, I love the parts where they're just powerhousing through some
Right.
some kaijus, but I like that aspect as well. So I think that wraps it up.
Well,
Do you have
I
anything
got-
else?
I got at least two more. One is a spoiler, and the other one is also a spoiler. So if you don't want to hear them, cut it out. But one of my main what the fuck moments is Charlie Day getting brain fucked. That was so
Yeah, that was weird.
so crazy. I was like, there's no way. It's just Charlie Day. That's part of why I was telling you guys about like storytelling.
Who's his
You
hot
just-
new wife?
I had to
Right?
triple check who directed this film. Was it that new guy or Guillermo del Toro? Because I just saw Shape of Water. And
Great,
Right.
great storytelling right there.
Right? Because you totally believe that it's just a regular Charlie Day character, and
Right.
then, boom, we're hit with the no. He's been brain fucked.
He's
Like
twacked out of his
he's
mind.
totally like, oh, it's okay, baby. Let me put on this helmet and let me get comfortable. So, with that in mind, other what the fuck moment is when they reveal Obsidian Black being a singular kaiju brain.
that was cool.
That was
super crazy.
super badass and super what the fuck, because again, storytelling, you're like, who could be this rogue Jaeger who's like, how do they even get enough material to make a whole nother Jaeger? Where are they finding these pilots? Oh my god, it's a freaking kaiju brain like controlling this thing. And third, final what the fuck moment.
He said two, but he gave us
I
three.
I know. We didn't touch on this at all,
Uh-huh.
and I was expecting you guys to do this one.
Oh, I know.
It is
Spoiler
so
alert.
badass.
Super spoiler alert. If it's the one that I think you're about to say.
It's the mega kaiju.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mega kaiju, like showing all three of these get like just there's whole three different fights going on,
Like
and
spliced
then all of a
together.
sudden it's just like fusion. Ha! I am mega kaiju.
Yeah.
How do you stop me?
Oh,
Like,
nice
yes.
nod from the director for the Gundam in the film.
Thank you. I
Yes.
completely forgot, but you saw that over here.
No, I didn't.
Okay,
Nah,
so
we all saw it, and Myron, and Suki looked at each other like,
I love that they spent so much time showing that Gundam. That Gundam got a lot of screen time.
it did. So, guys, look for the Gundam Easter egg in the movie. We're not going to tell you where it is, but feel free to DM us if
Yeah.
you found it, and we'll give you guys a shout out on our next pod. But I was super stoked when I saw that. I was looking for it the whole time. I'm like, when's this shit gonna go? Oh, there it is.
I
What's-
thought they were gonna do it with like Cyber Athena or Red Athena or whatever that one's name is. I thought that was supposed to be the nod with the like the Gundam swords basically.
It's amazing.
And then that happened, and I was just
It's amazing to see an American film with so much anime in it.
Yeah, so
I mean,
much
all
culture.
of it. Kaijus, they come from Godzilla,
Mm-hmm.
from Japan.
And like the most
Yeah.
Western influence by that point is the Loch Ness monster,
Yeah,
right? Like,
Jaegers are all these mechs.
but they're
They're
that's a
Gundams.
German,
Yeah.
that's a
They're
German name.
essentially Gundams. So, such a great movie. Go check it out. I recommend it to anybody. I would watch it again.
Badass.
You don't even need
Badass.
to watch the first movie, but you probably should.
No, you
You should
should.
really
you
watch
should
the
watch the
first
first movie and then watch the second movie in that order.
And pay for it so that they make the third one.
Yes.
Please, I want a third Jaeger fight.
We need more John Boyega, and I keep forgetting her name. I'm sorry.
Say it again.
Kaylee Spaney.
Kaylee Spaney.
Yeah, she was
Kaylee?
great.
Spain.
Yeah.
I hope that they bring her back in. And yeah,
So
we're
I
gonna
hope
get
her career blows up after this.
Yeah, she's a ranger.
She is hilarious.
We're gonna talk to the guy on change.org and ask for a third Pacific Rim movie.
All right, to close out the rest of this podcast, because we've been going on a long time.
Christ.
But also, we've had a lot of fun with this movie
Yep.
and this pod.
Watch it.
Watch it. Check us out on Instagram, on Facebook. Check me out on Twitch. Reach me through there. You can get the rest of them through Facebook.
Laugh
Twitch.
with us throughout your week.
Yes. So we'll see you guys next Kung Fu Friday. Hua! Hey!